Welcome once again to Population Genetics and Evolution, Unit 4, Session 1, Evidence of Evolutionary Processes. And by the end of this session, you should be able to explain the origin and history of modern biology, discuss the development of modern biology, discuss the origin and history of word evolution, discuss how the word evolution has changed over time. The beginnings of modern biology and etymology of word evolution. Natural theology refers to studying nature to glorify God. During the Enlightenment, evolutionary cosmology and the mechanical philosophy spread from the physical sciences to natural history. Naturalists began to focus on the variability of species, and the emergence of paleontology with the concept of extinction undermined the static view of nature. Below is a summary of the contributions of scholars that enhanced the development of modern biology. Leonardo da Vinci, 1452 to 1519, gave interpretation of the remains of animals that had existed in the previous ages but has become extinct. John Ray, late 1600s, wrote The Wisdom of God, manifested in the works of the creation, thought fossils represented undiscovered living species. Carolus Linnaeus, 1700s, taxonomist, observed that members of one species vary from place to place. Linnaeus thought most life forms originated in the Garden of Eden. However, small changes could occur through hybridization or acclimatization. Leclerc, Comte de Buffon, 1700s, wrote in Encyclopedia of Nature and suggested that species could degenerate into other species. Evidence: similarity in limb structure among mammals and similarity between related species. Erasmus Darwin, Charles's grandfather, late 1700s, was one of the first formal proposers of the ideas of evolution. Erasmus suggested that life evolved from a common ancestor and based his evidence on homology and artificial selection of domestic breeds. He, however, was unsuccessful in proposing a mechanism that drives on evolutionary changes. He wrote off his ideas about evolution in poems and a relatively obscure two-volume scientific publication entitled Zoonomia, or The Laws of Organic Life, 1794 to 1796. In his latter work, he also suggested that the earth and life on it must have been evolving for millions of ages before the commencement of the history of mankind. In review, in the Enlightenment era, evolutionary cosmology and the mechanical philosophy spread from the physical sciences to natural history. Naturalists began to focus on the variability of species, and the emergence of paleontology with the concept of extinction undermined the static view of nature. Erasmus Darwin was one of the first formal proposers of the ideas of evolution. Erasmus suggested that life evolved from a common ancestor and based his evidence on homology and artificial selection of domestic breeds. He also suggested that the earth and life on it must have been evolving for millions of ages before the commencement of the history of mankind.